Hey, we're live
on Facebook and YouTube.
Yep.
All right, cool, man. Well, welcome, Kamden. Appreciate you being here, homie.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we met at a networking event. Shout out to Hillary Russell for that networking event. But I know about you and I know about all the things you got going on. But tell me, like, as we start, tell us like what you got going on and everything that you're doing.
Dude, well, thanks for having me. First and foremost, I appreciate it. There's so much to talk about. Like you say, tell me about you. I'm like, man, I'm
That's
like,
right.
I was just telling my wife, actually my wife first, then my dad on the phone call up here. I have so much stuff going on. I'm seeing what everyone driving home from work. And I'm like, I'm still like doing work right now. And it's 6:00 at night, but, man, I got a lot of stuff. So we've got the agency, right?
Yeah.
We've got product companies. My wife and I have a podcast together. We've got a toy company.
A toy company? I didn't know you had a toy
like
company.
Montessori toys. Yeah. Wooden toys. So,
Whoa.
yeah. So that kind of, that's branched off from doing agency work and working for other people. Just met with a guy at lunch today and he wanted to potentially start a new supplement line, a supplement company. So I'm like, cool, let's look into that. So just tons of random gigs, I guess.
Supplement companies are pretty lucrative. That's like the makeup industry, man.
Kind of. It's
like,
it's competitive.
Well, it's competitive, and tell me what you think about this. Cause every time I talk to somebody about a business being competitive or something like that, I always say, you know, if you're starting, it might not necessarily be that you want to make it to the top. You just want your slice of the pie.
In some situations. Yeah. That's
sure.
Smart.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So is that like what the supplement industry is like then?
Definitely. Yeah. Well, I think it's more like the brand and the story you're trying to bring to the table.
That's
right?
fair.
So
yeah.
you've got the locals that are just dominant, right? Everyone's sort of bucked up. Like they're an awesome company, company.
Yeah.
But you got to have a good brand and good story run. And that applies to all product companies. I feel like,
yeah.
I mean, any brand we've managed, if they didn't have a good story or a good background, it's like, why would I care about you and your toy over this toy here, Fisher Price or whatever it is?
Yeah.
You know, they want to believe in you and your background, your story.
So, okay.
Why.
Yeah. So you got the Amazon FBA, that's your agency.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you like done for you.
So it's two parts. Yeah.
Okay.
So New Dawn e-commerce is the company. We've got kind of the management side. We'll manage your established company, help you out with the advertising, do that kind of stuff. But then the other side is turnkey solutions, where if you've always wanted to be a business owner, but you don't know how to source the product or get it going, here's your chance, right? Come to us. We'll do it all for you. And that's essentially what we launched. Or if you're an investor, which we have a lot of investors, dump your money in, hands off, we'll do it all for you. And then we'll kick it back to you when it's ready to rock and roll. Like
on its own. Mm-hmm. Dude, I was just talking to somebody about that today. So I don't know if you've heard of this book. Like I'm in the middle of my MBA program and read this book, but it's funny, like MBA programs just teach you the basics. Like I really feel like I got my MBA. First of all, it was a childhood dream and I got it for really cheap. So I was like,
good for you.
Yeah. You best of both worlds. Yeah. Best of both worlds. Right. Like, but I read this book called, Buy Then Build. I don't know if you heard of it.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but it's this idea, it's your idea. And something I was looking into was like building a business or finding a way to bring entrepreneurship to the market in a way that's not scary anymore. Like we take all the risk out of it. Right, you just have it done for you.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because you don't learn it in school. Like shout out to UVU. I loved a UVU, but you don't learn it. And it's like, these are valuable things that you need to know. How do you set up your LLC? What's an EIN? Right?
Yeah.
Like no one even knows what that is, but that's the most important document you should have saved when it popped up on your computer. Now
you clicked it off.
Yeah. You clicked it off.
Now you got to wait 3 months to the IRS.
Exactly. You got to call the IRS for an hour and wait for it. But it's those kinds of things that it's trial and error. And now I've figured those things out. And not that I'm perfect, but but now I can go back to that first step. If you're looking at, a stairwell and say, hey, look, I've done this. Let me walk you through the hard stuff and let me kind of show you what to do. So
yeah, no, it's great. But that's cool because so you offer two parts of that. You're like, hey, if you want, that's a great idea too for investors. They just want something to put their money in.
They don't want to touch it.
Yeah, they don't want to touch it.
Yeah, but they're more than happy to write that blank check and then just here, you do it.
Yeah, do it and then let me know when it gets up to whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that's pretty sweet. Because there's a lot of those companies that people just, and I've noticed that people just do that now. They just like, our goal is like a little bit a month or a little bit of ARR, a little bit of MRR, and then we're just going to sell it to the next person. And I don't know if you've heard of micro acquire. Dude, I just wrote about this on Twitter.
It's great.
I just wrote about this on Twitter. I was like, I'm going hard. Like, I have ADHD, bro. And when I find a rabbit hole, I just go all in. And acquisition entrepreneurship is one of the things that I'm kind of buzzing on right now. Just like,
it's hot.
Yeah. It's like, just buy it. Stop trying to build it on your own. Just,
and essentially that's what we're doing too. It's like, exactly. But it's more baby stage. It's more like, hey, husband and wife just sold their home because Utah's market's awesome. You got a little bit of extra money to spend. They start the company. Sometimes they want to run it. Sometimes they want passive income. But it gets that headache away of like, I got to figure out how to source this thing from China. I don't know how to get it here.
Or all the accounting.
Here's the website. It's all done for you. Here's your graphics done for you. Here's your advertising done for you. Like all of it is literally done for you. You just invest the one-time fee. All the headache's gone. We have an interpreter on staff, like all of that stuff. So we can go into China and speak Chinese, get the deal, or whatever country. It's mainly China is why I say that. But it's sweet. I wish I had that opportunity. It's a headache. Dude, when you have to do it yourself, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard, and it's like, it takes a lot of like ramp time, because you start, and that's why I think most startups die really young, is because you have the idea, it's super badass, and then 6 months later you're still working on just getting like an MVP or something. You know what I'm saying? Or you do what some people do, they sell out and they don't realize supply chain's kind of rough right now. You sell out and then it's like, oh, I gotta get more product. Well, good luck. You're 6 months out from getting that next order, and now everyone forgot about you. Everyone forgot about you. And that's another reason why people fail. People are like, oh, if I just had 1 million customers. And I'm like, well, if you can't, I'm like, but on the flip side of the coin is, if you can't supply 1 million customers, that's just as bad. Now you're writing a bankruptcy. Now you're in bankruptcy because you had too much customer. And what's worse? And I've had that customer before where they put 20 grand on their credit card and they're like, hey, you're the last hope. Run me some ads, make me money. And it's like, whoa, that's a lot of pressure, dude. Yeah. But, do you take those clients anymore? No, I don't ever do it. No, if it doesn't fit financially for me, I don't take those on. Yeah. I have to make sure it's going to last. It just eats my conscience. Yeah. So was that the first project you did then? What led up to, what was your first project? Was it Amazon or what was project it? Like out of school kind of? Yeah. Like your first entrepreneurial journey, like what got you in here? Oh, dude, my background is I've just always been like you, ADD, right? I can't focus on anything. But I guess right out of college in 2018, I started working for a startup in Provo, and they did Airbnb, VRBO kind of automation stuff. And I was in charge of operations, and worked with those guys. They got acquired. I got a little taste of an acquisition to see what it feels like, what it looks like. Went over to an incubation company and was in charge of partnerships and sales. So at this point, you got sales, partnerships, operations. I'm like, I kind of get the full scope of what's going on here in the startup realm. Yeah. It's not as easy as everyone makes it seem. You see the big companies at the point of the mountain. You're like, oh yeah, they just were like this one day and then they got huge. No, like it's hard. Yeah. After that, I got the taste of the bug. I dipped out and thought, you know what? I'm going to do Amazon. I'm going to do marketing and kind of get my feet wet there. And that's the short story. But prior to that, I did a bunch of other things with an investment group out of Las Vegas. We tried acquiring a giant piece of land and then subdividing it out to home builders and trying to create a giant like Disney-esque old Western town and dinner show that catered to travelers coming to Zion National Park and stuff. And I was the co-founder in that. And that was really fun to try and experience, that's a big project, huge project. Yeah. Damn. Like $150 million total project, right? Good big thing. And I'm right out of college. I've never even seen $10,000 in my bank account before. So I don't know. It was really fun to kind of get involved in that. That didn't go through. And that's ultimately what led me down the route I just told you about with the VRBO and the other startups. But I don't know. It got me really comfortable, I guess, around big money people. Yeah. So I understood what investors were looking for and that atmosphere, which led me up to now. So now when I sell it to people, I understand their background. Yeah. Dude, I think, I don't know why it took me this long, but I love how everything comes full circle, because to be a good business owner like that, not only do you have to understand the business side, but you have to understand like the investor's side too.
And not necessarily because you're going to go get investors right away. Like you might not, but you got to understand like what people are looking for in a viable company, because those internal metrics all make a difference on like how you're perceived outside to your customers. This is kind of like the vibe of the company, right?
Oh, yeah.
Those internal metrics, right? They can tell if you're
when you know it all too well. You do this for other companies, right?
Yeah.
Like you do sales and stuff for others.
Yeah.
So,
Operations. Yeah.
So you've seen it from all different aspects. Yes.
Right. So that's what, when I got my accounting degree, I thought I was going to be an accountant, but then I was like, this is dumb. I shadowed a CPA and had like a small tax firm because I thought we were going to do that. And I was like, this is dumb. I hated doing people's taxes. Like I can do them, but I'm like, I hated it. And that led me though to understand like the financial side of like a business really well, like well enough to like, we can get some ratios in line. And if you get X, Y, and Z plugged in, What's
crazy is so many people will start a company without that knowledge.
Yeah.
And they'll say, I just have a cool product. This water, for instance, I'm going to sell water. And they're like, I'm going to sell for $2. They don't even take into consideration their cost of goods, shipping, the packaging price.
Right.
It blows my mind.
Right.
Sometimes that happens.
And people think they're making money, but they're actually losing money.
Losing money. Yeah. And they're like, man, my bank account keeps going down, but we're selling a lot.
Because cash flow isn't the number one killer of businesses, it's profitability.
Yes. It just blows my mind. So we've implemented on that kind of stuff right out of the gate. Right when they sign up with us, we do a full analysis, set up a wiki. So that way we know exactly what their cost of goods is on every single one of their products, on all product lines.
Right.
And it helps us because then we're not contacting them all the time.
Yeah.
And we also dissect issues that they didn't know were there. And we're able to go back and go, hey, have you considered changing the packaging on this from plastic to maybe like a, I don't know, cardboard or whatever.
Yeah. To make it cheaper. You're looking for cost savings.
Yeah.
Which is, And so when you talk like financial gurus and people like that, they're just like focused on making more money or something like that. I'm like, yeah, but you guys don't get it. Like that's a cool in theory, but plugging holes in a ship is quicker than paddling faster. You know what I'm saying? Like plug the holes first and then we can sail, because it doesn't make any sense. Like we're just going to drown faster.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
And that's also why it's tough for business owners to like get that, right? Because they just want to see it. And it's like, yeah, but you're looking at vanity metrics at that point.
Yeah. No, it's fun. It's tough though too. You hear it's lonely on the top, right? It's not glorious by any means to have like your own company. It's fun because you get time for the most part, as I'm complaining earlier. I have no time in my day. I'm coming down here to work. But for the most part, like during this afternoon today, I was playing with my little boy and hanging out with my wife. But I guess it's trade-off. Like, do you want the stress of that, or would you like the stress of the 9 to 5, 40-hour weeks under someone else telling you what to do?
Yep. I heard Alex Hormozy put it. He was like, money only solves money problems.
Yeah.
Like you still have all the problems left.
Yeah.
That aren't
if not
money.
more.
If not more, right? Yeah. That don't come with money, right? So I thought that was really interesting. He was like, money only solves money problems. I was like,
plus you got your customer concerns and like all the other stuff too.
Oh yeah. The fires that you got to put out.
Exactly. Every morning, even it's just a standard normal thing, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And because customers only like see what they want to see. And dealing with business owners, that would be worse than dealing with, like, I thought when I sold like business to consumer stuff, I was like, okay, this is cool. And like, you had a lot of like Karens and stuff or whatever, but like business owner Karens are worse than consumer Karens.
Yes. Because that's their liability.
Yeah. That's like, if you're a line item on their balance sheet, dude, that's it.
For whatever reason, they look at someone like an agency, and this is just a funny thing for me, but like I could kill it in their business, make them tons of money, but for whatever reason, they will never look at the price of a W-2 employee at $5,000 a month with their insurance benefits or whatever. But all day long, they'll look at an agency at 2,000 and they'll be like, okay, where's my money going? Is this a good investment?
Right.
Like, you never look at a person though and say they're double, almost triple the price of me and think, is this a good investment? They might be frustrated, but they don't consider like cutting them out that easy. Right.
Right. Exactly.
So I always have to prove myself, but I don't know. Yeah. Just funny.
And what's funny about that too, is people think, one of my big things that I hate is like these financial gurus, like who aren't smart, because there's a lot of good financial gurus that I think are well, but like realistic ROI, like you're thinking like if I spend 2, and I guess that's a conversation that I have with people, right? Is like, what are you hoping to get out of this, like money wise? Because we're gonna all the fluff, all that bullshit, like cool, right? Whatever, like that'll come, but like, and I've seen just people just don't understand like what a good measure of ROI is, because like sometimes
It's skewed.
sometimes 10% ROI is great. Like
depends on your product.
Yeah, it just depends, right? And sometimes 1 or 2 or 3 is great. Like if we can make our money and then some. Right?
And that's what I get a lot too on the drop ship model. Like if you're drop shipping products, right? If you can make a 5 or even a 10% margin on that, that's great. But then on others, like supplements we talked about, I mean, 60, 70%, that's pretty normal.
Yeah. Oh, I remember we were selling, I started a CBD company.
Oh, dope. I love that. Dope. Pun intended.
Yep, exactly. and our margin, dude, like we found, we white labeled it. And the CBD margins are incredible.
Are they?
They're incredible. CBDMD, go to cbdmd.com.
Do you still do it?
No, but I have a lot of inventory left.
I had awesome margins, but we don't do it anymore. I got to hear the story.
Yeah. I'll tell you the story. It was one of my greatest failures. Okay. CBDMD. Go to, all right. Click out of honey.
This is you
all the time. No.
Oh, I was like, I know this. This is a big site.
No. These guys are dope, but like go to CBD, go to like shop or whatever. Are you on one of their landing pages? Okay, go to sleep.
Ooh.
Down first, Ben.
Technical.
It's right under CBD oil tinctures.
Oh, over, down. Yeah. Everyone watching is like cringing. They're like,
okay, so go down. So this is their number one product. So they have a 500 and that's 1500. So ours were 1,000 milligrams CBD, and we had just original flavor. They're selling theirs one time for $90.
Wow.
It probably costs them to make that around 9 or 10.
Wow.
And I'm not joking, because that was ours. We sold 1,000. We sold it for $49.99, and our cost on one of those CBDs was $8.
See, I love that, and it's sweet. How did you market it?
We couldn't.
Is that why?
That's why we had to bounce.
And that's the problem. Like you can't do Facebook ads. You can't do anything.
Can't do Google
regulation.
You couldn't do like, so this is how it started. We were like, I was with some of my buddies. We were like, we need to start a business. I want to sell a product. I want to do e-com, DTC, all this stuff. My buddy goes, let's sell CBD. I'm like, dope. So we go find, so we start looking at, right. So we start looking in China, and we're like, it's a little too sketchy, and it's going to cost a lot to get over here, and we're dealing with customs and liquid. So let's bounce. We found a company here in Salt Lake that has a CBD hemp farm, and I got all their prices, negotiated deals. We had 3 products, and I'm like, great. We have all these products, and I remember it was the day lockdown happened, and my vendor called me, and he was like, look, dude, I told you it was X, but if you buy it today, because of everything that's going on, I'll give you like 30% off. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
I look at my wife. I'm like, we're doing this. Cut the check. Everything's ready. We had the website built out, everything, and we couldn't do any. We could barely get a merchant account. Like Square barely accepted.
And did you not think about those things ahead of time?
We thought about the merchant account, and we thought about advertising, but we were like, we'll do some like guerrilla marketing a little bit, but we couldn't even do that. Like programmatic ads, we couldn't do like banners.
Yep.
We couldn't do Reddit.
Yep.
We couldn't do Quora, like deep social media stuff.
You can do flyers. Just be careful where you put them.
Podcasts. We could barely do podcasts. Like some people didn't even want to mess with that. Barely got our website off. Like we had to have our guy build it from scratch, because we couldn't use Wix. We couldn't use Shopify. And this is back like when I started it was like Wild West. It was still like the only 2 big guys were CBDMD and Charlotte's Web. Those were it.
Yep.
Right. And then, or a smoke shop. And like, it's kind of like a gas station.
I'm like, you're kidding me. You did. I think this is still a brand.
Right. No. This wasn't it. But these were, I'm just showing you like,
that's
like $90, and they sell them.
So you still have tons of inventory.
So yeah, I do, but you can't, like we couldn't sell them on eBay, Shopify.
Did you look brick and mortar to try and sell to stores?
So we did. So the rules in Utah at that time were you didn't have to register your products with the state if you were selling online. But if you sold in stores, you had to pay the state like a couple grand to register each SKU.
Oh, wow.
To sell them over the counter. And so we were like,
and then you got to go through the struggle of finding out,
and then we got to find
how to
people.
get it into the stores. Yeah.
So we ended up doing I found a way to sell quite a bit at once. We went to massage therapists, like holistic massage therapists.
Great.
So they weren't selling them, but we would sell them at a discount. We were like a wholesaler, and we'd sell them at a discount, and they would use them in their massage.
Oh, cool. I love that. Did that work pretty well?
Yeah, it worked pretty well.
Yeah.
But then then my two partners they were like, we're out.
Burnt out.
And so I was like, I can't do this by myself. Like, I don't know anything.
Right.
And all my money's gone. So it was fun.
What would have helped you
great.
in that process, you think?
I think, well, we had a marketer, and I love the guy to death, but he just was in over his head over what we were going to do. Because we tried to run some Facebook ads, because at the tail end of it, you could run Facebook ads if they didn't see the word CBD.
Yeah, you had to be careful what you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe you sell shirts and then go to the website.
Right.
And the website has it.
And then so we were like, all right, let's try that. And then we did the print on demand or something. And I was like, bro. And so what would have helped? Probably just somebody who could have helped us
foresee those future issues,
foresee the future. Because dude, we lost our merchant account like 2 months in. Dang. And then we had to get to Square, and Square is the worst merchant account. Yeah,
they charge you a lot.
A lot. And there's no customer service. There's no people, like you can't talk to them.
Yeah.
So foreseeing that, and then just like the magnitude of it, because if you want to market without any of that stuff, you got to go big. I mean, CBDMD is really big for one reason. They had a lot of investors, and they marketed on Joe Rogan's podcast. I mean, for real. So they got into Joe Rogan's cohort. Like, so you got like Joe Rogan Experience, Flagrant Podcast. You have like Tim Dillon and all these guys who are like, fuck, we'll do it. Right.
Yeah.
They got in there, but that takes a lot of money. Like Joe Rogan podcast. Like, I mean, you're going to
listen to podcasts. You're going to get something.
You're going to get something, but he's also going to charge you.
Sure.
I mean, it was like 30 grand. I'm sure it was
probably better than having to pay the fees of the state and then having to go around and try and find the stores to get into, right? Dude, it might be worth it in the long run. But.
Yeah. So stuff like that. And actually, that's how the podcast started. This podcast started because, like, if you go listen to like some of the first episodes, Happiest was our brand, and they were the first. I was like, all right, well, we'll just do this.
That's cool.
But we did. I tried my. So I don't know how we got on that, but I tried my hand at
being an entrepreneur like that.
Yeah. So now I don't do products because I'm super scared because I'm like, I don't want to do this.
It's hard right now. And right now it's so like all the different world circumstances going on, you have no idea what to expect when shipping your product, when forecasting. Like before you could at least guess a forecast. Yeah. Like in your situation, right? You just kind of bought a bunch probably. And we're like, yeah, we'll just do these because that's the MOQ, the minimum order quantity. Yeah. We'll just do that. Right. Yeah. Now it's like, if we market too much and we sell out the product, right, we're screwed for 4 months, 6 months, maybe, because now we got to wait for those products to get here. Dude, and do we fly them and take a cut of our margin because we're getting here quicker, or do we put it on the water and slow down our marketing efforts? It's a weird game right now. It's so weird.
And it was bananas. I mean, we were like, our biggest problem with that CBD brand was we couldn't find an effective marketing channel for it. Mm-hmm. We just couldn't. There's no way.
And that's one big reason. I'm a huge advocate for CBD and cannabis and all that stuff because I think it's awesome and it works. The reason it's suppressed, I think, is because it works. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Personally. Oh, dude, it's not like, I'm not. What do they say? Like, you're not a conspiracy theorist. I'm like this is actually happening theorist. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's me. I mean, yeah, for sure. So I think there's a reason it's being suppressed and it's so difficult because behind the scenes, they're probably trying to figure out a way to capitalize on it.
Well, here's the funny thing. Well, here's the funny thing. So the 2018 Farm Bill legalizes CBD nationally, and then it leaves it up to the states to decide what they want to do with it, and nobody wants to do anything with it. Because like you can grow hemp, like you can you have to go through some stuff, and there's some legalities behind it. They do make you jump through a ton of hoops to do it. But it's like, I've found that like the more unregulated things are, like, because we couldn't even label these as like dietary supplements.
I know the labels.
Nothing.
Don't even get me started. Like, so stupid.
Our compliance, dude. It took me a month to get labels on those things. This is wrong. This is wrong.
Exactly.
Yep, this is
back and forth.
Can't say
you're
that.
just trying to waste time at this point.
No, you're just taking all my money for a reason, dude. Just write the thing. Give it to me, bro. You couldn't put FDA, anything FDA on there. You couldn't. It was so dumb. So I think why that failed was my first. It's like most people, like your first e-com, it's like t-shirts or hats. Sure. And you can do that on Shopify, dog. Yes. Ours was, I'd never done anything like that before. And we're going to jump right into CBD.
No, it's big.
In the Wild West where anything goes. Like
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have to do, so we had to do certificate of analysis for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's like $300 for a certificate of analysis on each one of your SKUs. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Yes.
It was crazy, bro.
No, I totally get it. But what I was getting at, like I said, I mean, I think it's that way for a reason, because they don't want you to succeed. But if they could, man, that's the one reason I won't take them on as a customer. Not because I don't believe, like I was saying, but it's because I can't make you successful because there's too many roadblocks.
There's so many.
Trust me, if there weren't roadblocks, I would take
them all
of them, because it fixes problems.
Yeah.
It makes people feel better.
You know what else is crazy? I had this idea one day. I woke up and I was like, dude, I know how we're going to do this. We're going to do like SMS email marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, we're going to collect numbers and we're going to collect emails. And then you couldn't, Twilio and AT&T, all these big guys said no. They won't let you use SMS market.
I told you, it's
CBD.
because I feel like it's because the big guys know and they're all in on it together.
They are all in on it together, dude.
A conspiracy there is, but I feel like when you're seeing it happen, it's no more conspiracy.
People were shutting us down right and left, dude.
Yep.
We couldn't do email, SMS. So I was like, we just go do influencer marketing. So I did some influencer marketing. Like I got some micro influencers, and they helped. Like we got a few sales, and they were like affiliates and stuff like that. So we got a few affiliates, but at the end of it, I was like, dang, bro, one hit after another. And I was just like, my partners left, and I was like, all right, dude, I can't, there's nothing more, dude.
It's too tough. Yeah.
It is extremely hard to do CBD.
My mom actually, she was very scared because there's a stigma, right? There's a huge stigma around all this because once again, the people don't want you to like it because it works. And so they kind of scare you into this, like, it's not good. It's dangerous, whatever. Mm-hmm. My mom starts taking it just at night to help her out with sleep and that kind of thing. Yeah. She loves it. It's like,
and there's nothing
because there's no side effects and it works and it doesn't hurt your liver. Like you're sleeping and it's comfortable. It's just a little tincture, go to bed.
Yeah. And if it doesn't work, you drank some oil. Like you would have been worse off eating French fries at McDonald's.
Yes,
like nothing is wrong with it.
Yes, this is natural. It's grown in the ground. Yes, exactly.
Go to this was our website. I think it's still up because I don't think our thing is lapsed. Go to Hepius, HEP.
So is this being shared right now? Like people can see it?
I don't think people can see the screen now.
No. Oh, okay. Cool.
.com. No, go back. Hepius Med, MED. Yep. It's going to say not secure, whatever. Yeah. I let the SSL lapse because I'm not paying for it. Go.
That's another $300, sir.
This was our website. Okay. This was us.
Cool. Nice.
So we had a landing page with like why us, and these are our products. So number 2.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That free CBD freeze would be great for massage therapists.
Oh, massage therapist, but they use the number 2. They would infuse that into their oil.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then just that's what you got when you.
That's what they'd use for topical use. Yeah, that's great.
And so this was everything.
Good for you.
It was great, dude.
How many units do you have left?
In each, probably, dude. We bought like 10,000 a piece.
Oh, each?
Yeah, each. Oh. So we had like $30,000. I mean, I had in my house at one point there was like $200,000 worth of inventory. I probably have like 100 of each left. Like we did well and we did good and we paid everybody back and settled up with everybody and did good. But yeah, I've got a few left that I sell just to friends now. Yeah, I'm just like one off, like Venmo me.
Sure. Just don't exceed 600 because then we have to pay taxes on it.
Then we got to pay taxes on it, dude. Freaking Venmo. It's just turned out like PayPal. But,
Yep.
But yeah, anyway, so this was it. That was my failed attempt at being an e-com entrepreneur. Cool. But I don't call it a fail though, because I learned a ton. Mm-hmm. I learned a ton.
Failures are not bad at all. Failures just show you where you're failing in a certain situation.
Yeah, and it was like I learned so much about cost. Like I was an accountant and I had never experienced like what a real like thing was until we did this. So I learned about cost accounting. Yeah. Cost of goods sold. That we learned about.
One really good thing I heard once, and it's always stuck with me, is along the same lines of failure, right? If you consider yourself a failure, you need to reevaluate that thought. What it is your process is failing. Mm-hmm. And so you need to evaluate that process and make sure that's not failing anymore. It's not you as a whole, right? Yeah. And I have to say this a lot because I'll speak to high school students, college students, things like that. And they'll go, oh, I tried starting this at-home car detailing company and it failed and I'm a failure because it didn't work. No, you probably failed because that just wasn't what the market needed, or maybe your product was a failure and you needed to switch the product up. It's not you, right?
Yeah.
We're all great humans. We're all very creative, but just have to have that right avenue.
Yeah. Well, in high schoolers, I worked with a company that called the Startup Academy.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay, yeah. I was like, it's called the Startup Academy. Travis Lish runs it. A guy named Travis Lish, and he does like basically like a Shark Tank.
That's how I've heard about it. Yeah. And they can invest like $100 or $500. Yeah.
So that's what I did. That's what I did. I was a judge. He called me like super last minute. He was very gracious to let me be a judge. I want to let everybody know I was not the first pick. Somebody backed out. so someone backed out and I got in. And we got to do this. And I got to be a little shark for the show. It was great, dude. It was so fun.
I would love to do that. I love those events. Those events are so fun for me because it's understanding where they're at. I was literally there. And I like seeing it. I love seeing the fire. And let's talk afterwards. Even if you didn't get the money, I still want to talk to you. That was cool.
I know. I voted. So we all had to like vote for a top winner, and then we all got to pick like somebody to give $100 to. And I picked. I gave $100 to not the winner. Because I just loved what she was doing, but she had some processes there, but she was great. She ran called the Cinderella Project, where they collect. There's a nonprofit where they collect dresses, prom dresses, and then they go into schools and sell them for really cheap. So they'll sell
to people that need a dress.
They can't afford one. So they'll like $5, $10 dresses, but these dresses would sell for hundreds of dollars. And she was great. But how do you
get profitable on something like that? That's tough. But
that's what we were talking about. I was like, look, because her business model was she wasn't paying herself. And so I remember having this like Gary V-esque conversation. I'm like, look, dude, you got to pay yourself. Like the CEO of Red Cross doesn't have a second job.
No, they get paid.
See what I'm saying? Like she's like, oh yeah, good point. I'm like, I'm LDS. She was LDS. And I was like, the leaders of the LDS church, they get paid, bro. They don't have second jobs, and they don't, you know what I mean?
And maybe what she could have done is done a 501c3 or something like that.
Well, she had
profits, you can get donations, and maybe
that's what she was doing. So it was a 501c3, but she was giving all the money back. So she was making profits, and she was just.
So she probably took it literally, where it said non-profit. She's like, I can't make profit.
I'm like, so that's not accurate, right? But I told her, I was like, look, you need to start paying yourself if you want to like actually help, because her mission was beautiful. Like giving these girls the confidence and a dress to go to prom when otherwise they couldn't. And it was cool. Like she would ask the school to do it. She would sell the dresses, and then she would give the profit back to the school to help the kids in prom and stuff. So I was like, that's really cool. I was like, maybe not 100%, maybe like 50 or whatever you can work out so that you can like sustain
keep
this.
Going. And pay yourself. So
you want to help a million
more people.
Yeah. I was like, you want to help a million people. You can't do that when you're broke.
Yep. Exactly.
Or when you have 2 or 3 other jobs that have to support this. But there was a brother and sister duo there. They sold gourmet mini bundt cakes.
Oh, nice.
Dude,
those are good.
Raked in. So I ultimately chose them because I was like, this is Shark Tank. And these kids got to know, like, the only way you're going to get things like that is if you're making money. Mm-hmm. I was like, they made like 17 grand in like 6 months.
Whoa. How old are they?
Dude, like 14, 15, 16, right in there. I was like making gourmet mini bundt cakes. They had like their own industrial kitchen.
Okay.
They
Mom and Dad had to have helped.
They were helping.
Okay.
Yeah. Dad was there, but like.
I was 14. I was skateboarding and listening to like Linkin Park or something stupid.
That's right, dude. Rock. Yeah. Their parents were helping them. I'm sure there was something in the background there, but they made money, but they were profitable. Uh-huh. And I was like, that's okay. You got something that works. And I talked to them and I was like, dude, have you tapped into the wedding market? Have you partnered up with a wedding photographer? Venues. Yeah. They're like, centers. Well, we've done like 1 or 2. I'm like, you need to go in there and just blast these things. Mm-hmm. A little Utah mom would spend $5,000 on those.
Oh yeah. For the wedding.
For the wedding. Yeah. For the wedding. Yeah. Somebody, mom and daddy's cutting the check. So, all right, baby wants what baby get. But that's how, let's be honest. Like if my daughter gets married one day and that ends up happening, that's exactly.
Do you have a daughter?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do. Okay. How old?
She's 5 right now.
Cool. So you got a little bit of time.
But like, yeah, dude, it's your wedding day. Hopefully you only do it once.
Yeah, for real. That's cool. I'm so scared to have a daughter. I've got a little boy, but
yeah. My daughter was first and then I had my son, and they're crazy different. But but a lot of fun. My daughter's wild. She's fiery. It's crazy.
Like dad or mom?
Like me. Yeah, scary. Yeah, I'm like, oh. Anyway, but that's crazy, man. So, but tell me more about like, so you have your, you also have your, so you're starting a supplement company, but you have the wooden toys.
So yeah, wooden Montessori toys. That one's new.
So right? Montessori toys. So like you put them in Montessori schools, or?
I would like to, yeah. And
Okay.
and I'm trying to find, you know, those types of schools, because that's what we believe in, right? That's what we love. We love the hands-on, stimulating but not overstimulating, right? And so yeah, we're launching toys and things like that. It's cool. It's really a cool area. His bedroom is all Montessori too. So like his bed's low to the ground. He can get in and out of it if he wants.
Yeah.
Bookshelf is cute. Sorry, I hit that. It's like tiny, right? So he can go up to and pick it. It's cool. Like I like it. Just more hands-on, more learning as you go kind of thing.
That's cool. So you got those toys lined up. But you just got big plans, man.
I'm trying. It's a lot. I'm just trying to kind of shotgun the thing, right? And
see what sticks.
When things stick, I'm kind of rolling with the things that are sticking. We also have my neighbor and I are putting together an app right now. And
cool.
That one hasn't fully kicked off, and that's pretty proprietary right now, but it's going to really target outdoors and people that love hiking in the outdoors and things like that. It'll completely revolutionize and change how you gamify going on hikes.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
So that'll be soon to come. And I would love to talk more about that as it, gets off, but it's looking good right now. We've got a developer with us. He's helping us out with the development. And he's actually my other neighbor. He lives next door on one side and the other one's on the other. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Getting people together. That's why you need to be in the right neighborhood, man. Because you got to find people who are like in your circle who want to grow with you.
What's hilarious, and this isn't an exaggeration, my neighbor across the street and I are in a different venture together, and that's for pickleball. So, I love pickleball. Yeah. Do you play?
Pickleball's great.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, pickleball, man. So we're figuring out a different way to keep score with pickleball, and it's a better way to keep score. So that's another product I'm inventing.
So let me ask you this, because this is going to be a topic of discussion. We have a lot of like aspiring business owners, and so you got all these things going, and the first thing that people might think of is, damn, that's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So walk us through how you do these projects, and maybe, I mean, I know you're well off, so like things snowball, right? But like if you're just starting out, like, and you don't have a lot of money, what do you do?
To start a company.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think you need?
I would consult with someone. Yeah, that's the number one thing I did, and it helped a ton, because consulting might lead to free networks and free services because the people believe in you, right? And I do that. I feel like someone, they helped me out when I was young and I was still kind of learning things. And then as I grew, they passed the ladder down to me in a sense. And now I feel like I'm passing the ladder down to people that are learning to try and help them. But I would say a suggestion would be, aside from consulting or talk with someone, make sure that you're not just after money. Like that's not a good enough reason, because you get it. And then you're like, okay, now what? I don't really care about this product I'm selling or service, right? Yeah. You got to be passionate about what you wake up to do every day. Like you have to care.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you care, I feel like more opportunities open the door, and it gets to a point where it's just not money. It's about opportunities and time, or happiness.
I like what you said there. Opportunities. Mm-hmm. I had somebody said say one time, I don't know, like, don't chase all of this fluff, like just focus on opportunities. Like I don't take things, like for me, I've stumbled into a few things where I'm like, it was just a good opportunity. Like somebody said this and I was like, I have enough time right now to do it. Like eventually you got to start saying no to things, but when you have a lot of,
but where'd it lead to?
Yeah. A lot of good things.
Experience, right?
Yeah. I was like, dude, somebody was like, I always wanted to start a podcast. And then somebody was like, finally, like, just do it. And I was like, what do you got to lose, man?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe time on a Tuesday evening, but you learn though. You're not losing anything.
Right.
You're
I didn't lose anything.
Always. Yeah.
And so I like that. Yeah. Just chase opportunities. I think that's a great idea.
I would say, going back to what you said, if you don't have money to start, that's literally majority of new entrepreneurs, people that don't have it. Right.
Right.
I feel like consulting is the number one, right? Just like
networking.
Call me, like seriously, call. I love doing that and just talking for free and just chatting about your idea and seeing how I can help you. But if you do have a little bit of money, which some people do, right?
Yeah, some people do.
You're able to kind of be smart with that. I would still say consult with someone that's done it before you make a big mistake, because I've done it where I'm like, oh, I'll hit up Fiverr or Upwork, get my website built for $2,000, right?
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
So then I turn around and I spend another $2,000 or $3,000. Now I'm 5,000 in the hole
Yeah.
to build a site.
Yeah.
If I would have consulted with someone in the first place and known, oh, I could have gotten a Shopify site already done for me. I didn't know that. I didn't even know
For
it
less
existed.
than $5,000.
For way less.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that existed.
First,
right?
and someone, I mean, not all people who sell on Upwork and Fiverr aren't from the United States, but like someone local.
Sure.
You could have grabbed someone local to do that. Yeah.
And I don't even feel like it was the local versus not local aspect of it. It was just like, they just didn't get what I was trying to say. And I didn't realize there were other options. So I thought that's normal. Like you just have
go to
pay
Fiverr,
that money, whether, you just go to Fiverr for this because there's no one else that does it. But consultant, once again, that would have helped me if I had a friend or a neighbor or someone, an entrepreneur that I know that's been through these steps.
Yeah.
But that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's true,
it's
man.
hard. It's so hard. It's not set up to make you succeed. It's not. It really isn't.
Right. It's true though.
It's set up to make you fail. But then it's so crazy. Once you hit that threshold, it almost like is set up to make you stay successful. Almost. Taxes, everything. It's so crazy how I didn't get me started on S corps. Like,
that's great.
Make a certain amount, and then you have a flat tax rate at this low amount. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to argue with that, I guess.
Right, and
that's unfair for everyone else.
Well, so when people say that's another thing that these financial gurus, they get all crazy. They're like, so the way an LLC is taxed, like a 1065. And that's the form you fill out for an LLC, right? So the 1065 and a Schedule C is pretty much the exact same. Mm-hmm. So like, there's no real difference in tax savings, whether you do like a sole proprietorship or an LLC. The real difference is like the legality of it. But if you really want to start saving money on taxes and want to know how these things happen, it's the S corp that really like reimbursements, pay yourself. Yeah,
I know.
Reimbursements and pay yourself, by the way.
Shout out to my CPA, right? Like I didn't know this, but once again, a consultant or someone that I looked up to told me to talk to them, and I'm like, wow, I could have spent $50,000 for no reason. Whereas now that can come back into my pocket because it's just smart decisions. Right?
Yeah, good money decisions, good like people who understand the game, and like and CPAs are like, if you find a good. And that's why I liked my kind of idea, like my background. Like I have a sales and finance and accounting background. Mm-hmm. So like
holistic.
Yeah. So it's like when somebody talks to me, I can connect all the dots. I'm like, oh, well, if you do that, then we can affect this. And it's fun.
Yes.
And it's a new idea versus the CPA some CPAs are boring, man.
Well, they don't see it that way. And that's how I feel like
they're just like money.
With my line of like background experience, I understand from manufacturer to customs to website to marketing. And so when I hear something and you say, hey, I want to sell clothing, immediately I go, why? Like, but no offense to the clothing, right?
Yeah, no, dude,
but I'm like super competitive, really, really hard to market. Why you're different. All the shirts are made at the same factories, like
pretty much.
You know what I mean?
They just like, changed the labels.
You're gonna change the color and the brand. Okay, that's cool. But do you have like a really big following on social media to blow this up? Or
people buy you, right? People buy you. Like I don't care about. Like I just bought a homie's sweatshirt, and it's like
you like it because it's your homie.
Yeah, it's my homie. That's my dude. Yeah, and I liked his. He's an NFT artist too. He's dope NFT, bro. So hopefully I'm gonna get him on the podcast soon. I went down the bad rabbit hole with NFTs too.
I haven't looked into that yet, but I don't want to because I know I'll be down that rabbit.
Yeah, it's great.
One of those things,
it's actually awesome. No, dude, it's cool, man, because it's just that like some people really hate on NFTs. Some people love them. I think they're great because
could be a good investment.
Yes, the investment is great. Like, the artwork, or you get on like Gary V's or like Bored Ape Yacht Club. You know who the? Oh,
I seriously haven't looked into it for that reason because I know it's going to be another ADHD thing. Like,
yeah. So Bored Ape Yacht Club, I won't pull it up because but this will blow your mind. So Bored Ape Yacht Club started. They're stupid. Google it. Just Google it. Don't go to OpenSea.
Okay, pull it up.
Don't go to OpenSea. Just Google Bored Ape Yacht Club. All right.
Oh yes, I've totally seen this.
Yeah. You've seen these guys. Ape, BAC. Yeah, that BAYC. That's great. So this is why NFTs are great because it opens up these opportunities for people who like want to create a community. So the Bored Ape Yacht Club is an NFT, sells for like I think they're up in the millions now. I think the floor of these is like millions of dollars for an NFT. But here's what you get. First of all, who else has a NFT? Who else has a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT? Steph Curry, Logan Paul. Yeah. Like these guys have them. But if you got it on the floor, like there's a lot of regular people who have these because you got them and then they have a party once a year on a yacht that you're invited to, all expenses paid because you have the thing, right? And you have
a piece of art.
Yeah, because you have a piece of art and you
Digital
have access.
art.
Yeah, access to the Discord channel. But why is that cool though? Because who else has a Bored Ape Yacht? Like if you have a Bored Ape Yacht Club, who else has it?
They're playing on the ego so hard of like, I need one.
Steph Curry, Gary Vaynerchuk, like, and now you're in a private Discord group with all these big players.
It's good for networking, I
Dude,
guess.
yeah. I mean,
because you're part of it, right?
Yeah. How else would you be able to get in a room with Steph Curry and
can you sell
LeBron?
Once you have
yeah.
So you can sell your membership.
You can, you can sell your membership. Kind of That's exactly right. So this is going to be like a new cool membership thing, but let me expand your mind a little bit, because the technology behind NFTs is on the Ethereum blockchain, and they're called smart contracts. So smart contracts eliminate the middleman now. Like imagine if you have a title company and you're selling homes and everybody knows the nightmare.
Escrow. You don't have to
do any of that. But like not only that, but like your titles now are on the blockchain. Like they can't be changed, they can't be fudged.
So it's the same thing with this.
Yeah,
explain to me why it's what's different than me going onto Paint on my computer.
Sure.
Making me a
That's a great
NFT.
great question. Yep, let's go. All right, I'm going to take you down the rabbit hole. Okay, pull up Rolex.
Here goes a month of my life.
Right, pull up Rolex. I want to show you something. No. I want to show you something though. Okay. Rolex. So, have you ever tried to buy a new Rolex? Have you bought one?
I have a fake one, but I haven't bought one yet.
Have you tried to buy like a new one?
I've
brand new. Yeah. Okay, you can't. Like you can't just buy a new Rolex.
So those ones sitting there that I was looking at and trying,
they're probably not brand spank like 2022 new.
Oh, I got
you got to spend like other money. You got to like spend with.
So you got to spend with OC. Right? You have to be in.
Yeah, you got to be in this club, right? Okay. But like, if you bought a new, like my friend, I have a friend who bought a new. It's called a Hulk. It's like $9,000 today. It's worth
Rolex. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Today it's worth $36,000. The Rolex is an NFT. Like I have a movement watch. This cost me like $50. Cool. And it's nice. It's cool, right? It tells me the time. It looks pretty dope.
Works, right?
Matches.
You don't need a $30,000 piece
of Rolex.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Why do you want a Rolex? Because it's not about what it's not about the Rolex, not about the watch. It's about the Rolex. That's an NFT. A Rolex is a great example of an NFT because it appreciates in value.
What does NFT stand for?
Non-fungible token.
Cool.
So like, yeah, you can buy a fake Rolex, right? Mm-hmm. And they can be real as shit.
Sure.
But it's
still
not
tells time the same.
Yeah. But if you walk into somebody and they know it's fake, like,
what's the point?
Yeah.
True.
So it's not so, and I'm not saying like, dude, I've bought fake jewelry before. Like, it's not a big deal. But like, what's the difference? It's like, that's a Rolex though. Like that's when you walk into like the downtown.
Okay, that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you walk into downtown Valters, and you see Walter up there with his Patek Philippe, and you're in a nice restaurant, and you can only go to Valters. If you're gonna go to Valters, you're gonna spend $500 on dinner.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
But you might see the jazz players there.
Sure.
You might see somebody else there, and no one else is there. So my best example of an NFT is a Rolex watch.
Cool. That makes sense.
Yeah, nobody needs it. But if you buy one in 2 years, but have you seen the prices on the aftermarket Rolexes though?
Everything now.
Dude, it's like
used cars.
Used cars.
You go sell a used car right now for way more.
So much
way
money.
More. Yeah. It's nuts. And you were in cars. You understand.
Yeah, dude, it's bananas. So like the best example of an NFT though. So why do people buy Bored Ape Yacht Club? Number one, it's not about the NFT
because it's a Rolex.
It's about the Rolex.
Yeah, okay.
It's about like, you can buy. Yeah, I can screenshot one and put it as my profile picture on Twitter to look cool. But
you don't
I don't
get
control
of it, and you can't sell it.
Well, you can't sell it.
Yours,
but I also don't get to go into my Discord channel and talk to Steph Curry one-on-one.
It's true.
Like that's cool, right? That's cool. Or like Gary V. Like Gary V's got a big NFT group right now, and I got one of the book games NFTs, and you can only get into his. Like,
so should people be investing in that right now, or should they be investing in other types of product companies?
I wouldn't invest. I would only get into NFTs if you got the money to lose. It's just like a Rolex.
So it's an investment too.
Yeah, it's just like it's an investment.
What would cause it to go down? This bad ape. What's it called again?
Bored Ape Yacht Club. Nothing. If Steph Curry and all of them sold it,
that's what's keeping it up.
Yeah,
so it's ultimately like Ethereum and Bitcoin. It's a thought. It's a.
Yeah, the NFTs are. Yeah, okay. The NFTs are. The art world right now. That's all it is, right?
Okay.
It's the difference between buying the original Mona Lisa and buying a replica at Target. And it's like,
but because everyone says the replica at Target's awesome, that increases value and people want it.
yeah, exactly. That's why Mona Lisa's worth so much, is because people copy it so much.
Sure.
But no, the real technology though behind NFTs is the smart contract that it's built on. So like, I don't know if you know this either. So this is what makes NFTs different than a Rolex. So if Rolex sells a brand new watch, right, they make 40, 50%, whatever they make.
Yeah.
Okay. If I buy it, I keep it for 3 or 4 years, and then I sell it to you, how much does Rolex make from me selling it to you?
No more.
0.
Yeah.
If I sold my Bored Ape Yacht Club to you today, the original makers of Bored Ape Yacht Club would make 10 to 20% of the sale from me to you.
Oh, is that a lifetime thing? Oh, wow. So that's the reason why it's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Wow.
So for artists selling music, I don't have to go to a label now. And by the way,
so
I don't care if
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an artist, but getting residual on it now.
Yeah. Now you're getting perpetual. Now I control the royalties. So instead of 7% royalty, which is like an industry average in the music industry, right? Now it's 10, and nobody gets a cut of that. I get all 10.
And it's safe and secure
And it's
because
safe.
it's going straight with no middleman.
No middleman. And it's on the Ethereum blockchain. This is the same technology that secures your banks, right? People get hacked, but nobody actually hacks into a bank. Like, when was the last time you heard of Chase getting hacked?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Target. No,
Right. Yeah. All these other people do, but you've never heard, and it's a special thing, but so that's why it's cool. And then the technology is the smart contract. So like everything that's written in that contract is executable only when it's executed. So what that means, yeah, that's kind of,
no, it kind of makes sense.
You see what I'm saying? Like, unless you pay me, this doesn't go to you. So there's no like, look, dude, if you don't pay, you don't get it. Period.
Yeah.
And like, sure, are there ways to pirate it? Yeah, dude, there's a bunch of crypto scams going on right now. And if you just want it because you want it and you don't want to pay for it, people are going to get it. It's
I like that a lot. That's really cool, because that could revolutionize
everything.
Literally everything.
Okay, think about
and
this.
Here's another one.
Go ahead,
this is the reason it's not taking off, is because it can't be controlled, right? So it's not allowed to go that direction.
Yeah,
you can do so much good with this.
So much good with it. You could take like people in like country like Africa and Egypt, they're losing their homes because they can't prove that they own them.
You could put that on
You can put it on Ethereum, and it's impossible to forge.
Yeah.
Impossible
I
to
put
forge.
that on there.
Yeah.
Yes, I do own it.
Yes, I do own it. And this is why, and by the way, it's on the blockchain. So like it can't be changed.
Yep.
It can't be changed. So like you own it. Think about voting. Okay. This is crazy.
Don't even get me started.
But here's this though. You can vote on a smart contract.
So why
can't you vote with the blockchain? Yeah, tell me why you can't vote with the blockchain. But you see what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can get McDonald's to my house at 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm in my underwear, and I can do it from an app.
Yeah.
Why do I have to stand for 5 hours in a voting line to vote for my governor or mayor? It's bananas.
Or president.
Yeah, right?
Whatever.
I can buy $1 million car on DocuSign, but I can't vote. It's crazy. And so if you want,
because it's not meant to be secure.
Right. But if you could vote on the blockchain, that means nobody can fudge the number. That's 0% fudging the numbers.
And that's never been done.
You can change it.
But that's the reason.
But that's why
we don't use that.
Okay,
because they don't want that. They don't want that outcome.
Another
day, right?
Yeah. And another application for NFT technology, this merchant accounts. Can you believe that we still have to pay middlemen to buy shirts?
2 cents, 4 cents here and there, whatever transaction rate it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because it's safety bullshit, dude. Stop it. You want my
So how would they do that on your checkout cart? So like, this is really intriguing to me, because I would love if it was a more secure, right? Because if it's more secure and people are buying, what excuse do you have? You said you like the product. There's really no excuse. Whereas like with me, with PayPal or the credit card or whatever it is, I'm like, it's kind of sketchy.
So you're a business owner, right? And somebody pays you $60,000 and PayPal calls you up one day and they're like, hey, this is suspicious. We're going to hold your funds. We're going to hold it.
Yes.
How long are you going to hold it for? We'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Click.
Yeah.
Yep. That's real. That happens every day
all the time.
Entrepreneurs.
Or sometimes on your website, they'll see a huge spike in sales, $120,000. And they're like, Stripe's going, we're going to hold this actually.
Yeah, we don't like it.
It's none of your business to hold this.
Right. oh, well, it kind of is, and we're just going to hold it anyway.
Well, because the fine print right here that you signed, but you really didn't have a choice not to sign it because you needed to use us.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So NFTs aren't about the art. Like everybody's wigging out about the art, and it's cool and it's fun and it helps creators and all this shit. But when you can securely take payments without Stripe, that
great.
Kills it.
Yeah, that's
that
awesome.
kills you. And then you don't have. And why do we have to have Stripe? Because we have the Federal Reserve. We have all of these things that go behind Stripe to protect us. Well, get out of here, bro. we can write that into a blockchain contract. It's secure and it's instant.
But they can't make money on that kind of stuff.
Right. So I will say that the technology is not as quick as Visa and some of these guys. Yeah, they can't process as much as Visa. But dude, just give these blockchain guys a couple more years and we'll be right there.
So what do you mean by delayed? Like a day?
So like processing. So like
sure,
Walmart.
like a day is what I'm saying. Like
No. I mean like Visa can handle 1 million transactions a second.
Oh, I got you.
Ethereum can only handle 500,000 or whatever, right? Sure. So there's a little bit of a delay there. It's not as strong and robust as it could be. But that's okay
when you're in the beginning stages because maybe you just want to do a little bit of entry to market, do some little market research.
Yeah. Or what if we have blockchain? What if we have cryptocurrency? Because money's fake anyway. 40% of all the 40% of all the money
that you trade around are all just IOUs. They're all just fake debt. Yep, exactly.
So
there's nothing back in it.
So money's not real anyway. 40% of all the money that has been printed ever in the history of the United States was printed in the last 15 months, 18 months.
Yep.
Okay, so it's fake. So everybody's like, Bitcoin's fake. So is your $100 bill, dog.
Yes,
it's all fake.
Right.
It's so anyway. So my thing is like, okay, so you're transferring money.
Right.
Okay. We got to go on Zelle. We got to go to Venmo, and they're gonna do all their bullshit that they got to do. What if I could just QR code you and send you money on the blockchain, and we don't need to tell anybody. America. We don't need to tell any of these.
And
guys.
that's my biggest. So today, literally, I have a receipt right here in my pocket. Right, I went to the bank. Right, deposited a check.
Yeah.
Sorry, that whole thing can't be put in there because you have to wait 2 business days for anything that exceeds $5,000. Yeah. Why do you telling me I can't put my own money
and I can't spend it?
And I can't spend it because you just have some arbitrary rule. That's all they are. Yeah.
That's all they are. But
if I was to transfer it with a QR code, I get it immediately. Boom. It's right there.
And it's on the blockchain.
And you can't track it.
You
don't need to be a big brother.
It's secure. Well, and not only that, but like, okay, so if you want to dive way deep into the blockchain exists because people verify the blocks. So this block
that are chained together.
Yeah. So when you create a new block, that's verified by everybody on the blockchain. So you've heard of mining. So all of these guys are mining, but they're fact checking these blockchains. So
everyone's accountable.
It's decentralized. Yep, exactly. So why can't you do it? Because there's 50,000 people who are verifying each block on the blockchain, and as soon as it doesn't add up, you have to be 50,000 people in the world.
So this is the very reason it's not working out is because governments, big people in charge, can't control you anymore.
They're like,
it decentralizes their power.
They're like, it's really bad for the environment. And I'm like, okay, stop it. Big West Oil is right down here, homie. Get out of here. I've never seen a post about Big West Oil polluting my air, but I see all these motherfuckers on Facebook saying Ethereum is bad for the environment.
Well, it's because they're parroting what they're told to say. That's all it is.
Get out of here. What the heck is that? Shell just broke another. Every time the Gulf of Mexico gets flooded with oil and everything dies in the Gulf of Mexico, we don't hear anything about it.
Did that just happen?
Well, I mean, it's happened many times.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if it just happened. Or something. Yeah. No. I don't know if it's happened. But like, dude, we hear about it all the time. Another big burst in the oil pipe. Another big burst in here. And that kills literally hundreds of thousands of humans indirectly because now we can't do our thing.
Right.
I don't want to hear about you.
And the reason why I think I'm so passionate about all this stuff is because I'm a business owner, because it affects me. And when I was a kid, I didn't care. Like I said, Lincoln Park, Sum 41, skateboarding, right? Yeah. But then when you actually care about your life and you're like, hey, I want to grab this bull by the nuts and I want to actually make some money with my life. Government, payment, merchant accounts, these things matter. And you're like, wow, this directly affects me.
They're holding us.
This is awful. And then you start looking deeper and you're like, this isn't for our good. This is for their good.
Yeah, exactly. Some dudes
we're probably going to get censored for saying this, right?
Because that's the point of the podcast is censorship. No, but like we're out here trying to get canceled.
Yeah.
So, but my thing is, it's like, yeah, dude, somebody was like, oh, all these guys, they're not smart enough to understand money, so we're going to do it for them. And that's how merchant accounts, dude, why? Like, I don't need you to take a cent. Like, this is what happens. Like, I'm going to give you $10. So I'm going to give it to Ben first. He's going to be
and
like,
then he'll give it to you.
I'm going to give you 8, and then I'm going to give you 8.
See, and I was actually wondering that when I set up my business, when I was new in the business world, why I can't just say, here's my bank account.
Yeah.
Make it secure so no one can see it.
Yeah.
And when they make a payment, it just goes right into my account. Yeah. No. You can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
You got to have these guys first that process it, and then it goes to you.
Because it's so complicated that you just wouldn't understand it. Yes. And don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
We are taking care of you.
Yeah. No, that's
Anytime
not real.
someone says they're taking care of you, you should trust them.
Yeah.
We've learned that in the past 2 years, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's like
2 weeks. Yeah, we're going on 3 years.
Dude, it's so stupid. It's dumb. It's like, bro, I know you guys just aren't smart enough to know what I know. It's like, no, dude, you went to the same bro, we went to high school together, dude. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? Like, it's crazy. So NFTs.
Going back to NFTs.
Yeah, this is why NFTs are important.
Okay.
Because they decentralize everything.
This is great. This has opened my eyes because I didn't realize
this is World War III starting shit. This is like us going.
Well, and it's people versus government. It's not countries versus countries.
It's people versus. Do you think China lets people buy NFTs?
No, nope. Absolutely not. Nope. Because they
do you want to know? Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Do you think Russia lets people buy NFTs? Nope, they sure don't.
Yeah,
can't buy them. I mean, you can hack your way into it.
Is that true? Is that a fact?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that opinion? It
absolutely.
Is? Oh, wow.
No, you can't.
Well, and that doesn't surprise me. These people you can't even use Facebook in China.
Can't use Facebook in China. North Korea is the same thing. And I think they have like their own. China has their own like Facebook thing. Yeah, it's bananas, dude.
Which is owned by the people in charge. So you only see what they let you see.
It's CCP.
Yes.
Facebook. So I'm just like, look, dude, this is the kind of stuff that we get to say, like, we don't need you anymore.
Yeah, we don't need you.
We don't need you. We don't need merchant accounts. We don't need the IRS anymore.
Yeah. And then I want to rebuttal you then a little bit and say, actually, this would be a good investment because it gives you the opportunity to have a piece of pie that no one can tell you what to do with, I guess.
Right.
And it's your valued pie.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean,
like an investment.
Investing in a good, and it's just like with any investment, you're going to get bad flops, NFTs, and stuff like that. So I think just buy the things that you believe in, right? Like I don't invest in things that I really don't believe in, for the most part. At least believe to a certain point that I'll make my money back, right, or whatever. So, but NFTs are the technology behind it is more than just art, and that's what people are missing. It's not about you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not about these bullshit JPEGs.
Yeah, that's literally what I thought it was. I'm like, why is everyone on board with this? This is stupid, but this has been really eye-opening.
Well, it's a community too. It's a community building thing. So like now like podcasters can make an NFT and build their community and not have to go through Patreon.
Well, it's like a brand. You're ultimately just making a brand. It's a different way to make a brand. It's more secure.
Right.
And it's legit.
Yeah. So Patreon. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So get paid for.
Yeah. We don't need Patreon anymore. Right. Don't need it.
No.
I'll create an NFT.
And all they need to do is just get your QR code that goes to your wallet, right? Or whatever it is.
You just throw it up on OpenSea. Say you got 1,000 of them. Say you got 1,000. So you're going to start your podcast. You want people to be exclusive members of your podcast. Right. Before NFTs, it was Patreon, or maybe you paid some web developer $10,000 to build your own shit on a website.
Yeah.
Don't need to do that anymore. Set up a Discord channel for free.
Right.
Go mint an NFT for $200. It's way cheaper than Patreon.
And now you share those out, and
now you go, and now people are like, well, what if my audience doesn't want to buy NFTs?
What if your audience doesn't want to buy your hoodie?
Yeah, exactly, dude. It doesn't make any sense, bro. The same thing. It's crazy. It's like your grandparents when they were like, hey, I don't know if credit cards are going to work. Now they do,
and they still stick with cash.
Right. It's like, dude, it's crazy. So like now you don't need Patreon.
Interesting.
I can build my own.
Now it just really makes more sense. Like why you get into an Uber and I don't have to pay with a credit card. I could just give you my, Ethereum coin or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just so much safer, so much better.
Yeah. And somebody was telling me, oh, if cash goes away, I'm like, I get it. I get it. I can't, but again, my point is like, dude, it was never real to begin with. Like, I read a book by Matt Taibbi called Griftopia. And if you really want to get pissed off at the government, go read that book.
I'm already pissed.
It's a scam, dude. But he does a really good job and breaks it down, like what happened. But anyway, and it's like,
when it doesn't happen overnight, like you slowly mold into that. Like the whole, sorry, I don't mean to get conspiracy or political on this stuff, but like, the whole freaking scam of like seeing that, hey, there's a coin shortage, right? So please pay with the exact amount. It's like, are you kidding me? Go read the bill you're about to pay with. On the front, it literally says legal tender of the United States of America.
Yeah, you have to take it. Yeah, you have to take it.
Unless you want to give it to me for free, like I'm giving you the money, like to pay for this.
Yeah, people were like, we don't want to touch cash.
Anyway,
like,
it just drives me nuts. But like,
is.
If you were to do that and start introducing more Bitcoin or whatever, Ethereum, whatever your kind of coin that's on a blockchain. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't happen overnight. Just like the control of the government didn't happen overnight, right? It's very slow.
It's going to take time, and there's stuff there's kinks in this NFT and Ethereum blockchain now that aren't worked out yet.
Sure,
it's just like whatever, dude. We'll figure it out.
We'll fix it. Yeah,
we'll figure it out
because it's been doing it since what, 2011.
Yeah. I mean, Bitcoin was in 2008. So really, anything can be built on a smart contract. Bitcoin is just like whatever. It just got. Well, I mean, but Bitcoin is like, how did Bitcoin get valuable? Because the people who were using it found value in it.
More people need to realize how great it is.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's kind of, Bitcoin was used. Well, no, Bitcoin was originally used on the black market.
Oh,
people didn't want to use cash.
Silk Road, like that kind of thing.
Like kidneys and all of the.
It was called Silk Road. Okay. Yeah,
so
I didn't use it, but
they would do Bitcoin.
Okay.
So it had nefarious beginnings, and that's why we've kind of moved away from it and Bitcoin, whatever. Like my other thing with Bitcoin.
Interesting.
My other thing with Bitcoin is like, how many Bitcoin millionaires do you know? That many.
Yeah.
0.
Actually, I do know one.
You do know one?
Yes.
Okay.
He invested in 2010.
Okay, that's different. Yeah.
And you ask him, you're like, hey, where'd you get your money? He's like, oh, I invested in Bitcoin really early. You're like, damn.
Missed the boat on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, but yeah, that's like
a little bit of his money in 2017, right? But still already made hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah. So there's so I take that back. There might not be 0, but it's very few. Like not everybody's making.
He's the only one I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Only one I've heard of.
Not everybody's making millions on Bitcoin, and all of these Bitcoin and Forex coaches and all this bullshit is just part of.
It's kind of like the drop ship game where you see that ad that's like, make a ton of money on Amazon, invest 20 or 30 grand in us, and we'll teach you how to make tons of money, right? It's that kind of stuff, right?
Exactly.
Like,
so it's like, it just comes with it. It's just the nature of the beast that we're dealing with. But when you talk about, and so that's why you have like things that have come off of it. So like Ethereum is great. Like this is a blockchain. So Ether is the coin that we trade, and that shows the value in things. But Ethereum, the actual blockchain, is like dope, dude.
So what's the blockchain for Bitcoin?
So it's just Bitcoin. So everybody's got their
what's the coin for Bitcoin then?
Just Bitcoin. So like Ether is the coin for Ethereum, but Ethereum is, so we just call it Ethereum. We just call it by the Bitcoin name. Or we call it by the blockchain name.
Yeah. Okay. So they just went with the same name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I could be wrong on some of this, and it's changing so quick. So, like a lot of our NFT conversations go outdated in
a week or two.
Right. So somebody's going to hear this and be like, Dalton's full of shit. That's cool. You get the main point though.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's why it's cool, man. Because now you can think about this. So did you hear about Amazon in Seattle? They have a pilot Amazon where now you don't even have to check out. You just throw everything in your cart, and when you run through the grocery
store.
When you run through the grocery store, it just scans everything and walks out.
It just knows.
Right. So that's part of blockchain technology. That's like we just know.
So this is my point, right? It's, to me, I see that, and I can't help but think they already are trying to prep themselves so that way no one else can get ahead. Seriously, it sounds crazy, but like they're trying to get the technology, and then they'll say, "Okay, cool, now we believe in it, right? Because now we're set up for success.
Yeah, now we can
all
control
of our stores
it.
are everywhere, and we can control it. So that's what bugs me, is that kind of stuff where I'm like,
oh yeah,
let us succeed, right?
Yeah.
Let us get ahead. But
dude, it's crazy, bro. So you got to so that's why you got to take some of these backdoor deals and not do anything crazy, but like just understand like blockchain NFTs, like those are real things and they're coming. And like, it's like, so another NFT example is like country clubs. It's like paying for a country club. Like you've been to St. George?
Yeah, I was
you got
just
like
there
Entrada?
literally 2 days ago.
Like Entrada, that golf course.
Literally right there. Yes.
That golf course that they filmed High School Musical on?
I didn't know they filmed it there, but
the hell yeah, they did.
I didn't stay in Entrada. I was across the street in the smaller homes.
I know. I served my mission in St. George, and we ate dinner at one of the houses in Entrada, and he was like, "Oh yeah," he had like a river going through his back. The fairway was, dude, it was unbelievable. I was like, "What do you do?" He's like, "I'm a pilot for Delta." I'm like, "Yeah, you are." He really was. Do you know those guys make? They make bang, dude.
Yeah. And they're all about to retire. So shout out to anyone in school right now. You don't know what to do. Be a pilot. Like
be a pilot.
My brother's a pilot.
They make money.
Yeah.
If you can be a first captain or a first chair captain at Delta, don't ever give that up.
Yeah.
Until they force you out.
That's what we keep telling my brother. I'm like, dude, you have this opportunity where everyone that's making tons of money is about to retire. Yeah. They need to hire a bunch of new people. Like, get your pilot's license. So he got it and he's like working on it right now. But he's really good at Halo. We play games together.
Cool, like, heck yeah. But like, so you have like Entrada, you have these big country clubs that's all they are. You're paying a fee
to be a part of it. Same thing. Yep.
Yeah. It's like, okay. But like, why is that country club better than the others? Better than the one in my hometown in Iowa that only costs $30 to be a part of? It's because of who you can meet and the prestige at these clubs.
Because the NFT community, essentially.
Yeah, because of the people that we bring to the table.
This is cool.
Yeah.
It's ultimately a business.
Yeah.
But just a different form.
Yeah. So I don't have enough followers, but if somebody had enough followers on their podcast or something, and they didn't want to go through Patreon and they're sick of getting censored on YouTube and all this shit, that's cool, bro. We're gonna make an NFT.
Yeah.
You can go live in Discord. You can shout out people.
There. Yeah.
They don't do anything. Yeah. Which is
how it should be.
Yeah, which is
freedom
like,
of speech, right? Like, why do you need to fact check me on what I have as an opinion?
And by the way, like, who gets to say who's the fact checker? That's my thing. It's like there. They go. We're gonna check your facts. And in school, that's okay because you're the teacher. I want to be like.
I'm getting graded on this.
Yeah. I'm getting graded, or like an entrepreneur, right? That's cool. I want to be like you. You're gonna tell me what I'm doing wrong. That's cool. I'll accept that. But like. These guys like YouTube, get out of here, bro. No, you guys get it wrong too many times for us to care.
Well, just a funny little side fact. Go look and see who funds them. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Who funds the fact checkers?
Right.
That's all I'm going to say. Follow the money. Follow the money.
I did have a conversation with that guy one time.
Yeah.
Follow the money. Yeah. It's like, dude,
some of these you look at and it's like in a different language too. You're like, what? I got, okay.
It's like, well, and it's so lawyered down, dude. It's like words and semantics. It's like, bro, it's bananas, dude. But no, anyway, it was a great conversation. I'm glad we talked about it. I always get in these and then we start talking about business and then we never end up doing
That's
it.
Okay.
That's okay.
Like people that are listening, if they like you and in that community, then they would relate to the same stuff.
Yeah,
right? And I would listen to this too and be like, dude, I love this. Like, this is my pet peeve too, but I can't tell my wife or like, you know what I mean?
Right,
like
dude,
or I can't express it to anyone because they don't get it.
Yeah, dude.
I get it.
because
my wife, by the way, she's on board. She's way more than me, but
yeah, no. And a lot of these things. Okay. So another example, I don't know. I'm just on this because people fight me so much. Like NFTs are bullshit. Another NFT, Kylie Jenner Cosmetics.
It's the same thing. It's just a brand,
bro.
So
yeah,
essentially, it's just a brand.
It's just a brand.
You're making a brand, but it's a digital brand.
Yeah. Why do you buy Kylie Jenner Cosmetics over Sephora or something like that, or vice versa?
Jenner. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, you just do it. Yeah, awesome. Exactly. Because Kylie told me to buy it.
Yeah.
And which is fine, bro. Buy all of Kylie. I don't give a shit what you buy.
So fill me in on how I go in to mine an NFT.
So you'd mint an NFT. Go to OpenSea.io. It should just pop up because I'm there all the time.
So this is the website you
So there's a couple ways.
So this is Alibaba for products, but for NFTs.
Yeah. Go ahead, click it. It'll take you there. So yeah, go to OpenSea. So there's a couple steps that you have to take. Okay. So this is the marketplace for NFTs. It's probably the biggest one.
Okay.
Yeah, the biggest one. Most people know OpenSea. There's a few other, like Rarible. There's Solana. There's a couple of places.
I've heard of Solana. You can actually invest in it.
You can invest in it. Yeah. So Ethereum's the same way. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Ethereum's the same way.
Got it. Okay.
So this is where you can buy them. You can just find whoever on here. So okay. Whoa, stop here. This is a really cool story. See this guy, CloneX, right here? Yeah. Artifact Studio.
Yeah.
These guys are Utah. Nike really? Just bought this brand.
Where are they from here?
They're Salt Lake. So
good for them,
dude. Sweet. Big, but this is cool. Great story. So the first thing they sell is an NFT shoe. just a picture of a shoe. But what happens when you buy this shoe? You get a physical
NFT
copy of the shoe that's the only one in the world.
Oh, that's cool. You know, people eat that up.
That's it. Oh,
so
yeah.
now you're matching brands, real brands with digital brands.
Yeah, exactly. So they bought the NFT shoe. You got this, right? You got the physical shoe. And then they sold a bunch of other stuff that just, dude, Chris Lee is the guy. And he's got his teeth. Well, now he's the director of creative marketing for Nike.
Oh, so they took him on after they acquired it.
They acquired him and then brought everybody on, and they made money on the sale, and now they're working for Nike, dude. Shout out to Chris, bro.
Good for
Represent
way to put us
Salt
on the map.
Lake,
Yeah,
dude.
no kidding.
He's legit. I've tried to get him on my podcast like 80 times. He's so busy. But whatever. I love him anyway. I don't give a shit if he ever comes on. So this is the floor, 15 ETH. Okay, what's ETH? Right. Let's go.
ETH. I like that. That was like you're in the system if you're Ethereum, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Ethereum.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
So if we go to Coinbase and we look up, I just want to show you what this is. So the floor for these, that means the minimum price for these.
So 99 Ethereum to buy it.
99 Ethereum to buy it.
Okay. And
Ethereum's going
$4,000 or something, right? $3,000.
Ethereum today is 2,600.
Oh, that's dropped a ton.
It has dropped a ton. But you're talking about, so let's just call it 2,700. 2,700 times 99. So it's 300 grand minimum to get into Bored Ape Yacht Club right now. 300 grand. And every time they sell, the original
it goes up.
The original ones who made it get 10% of 300K.
And everyone gets the same one. It's that little monkey thing.
No. There's different ones you can pick.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you can pick one. They're like one of ones. CryptoPunks is big.
And immediately as a business owner, I sit and I go, okay, 300 grand. That might be a good investment because guess who you get? You get Steph Curry, you get
LeBron James. Dude, you get all these guys have Bored Apes, bro. And you're in the Discord with them.
Right.
And there's only
and
here's the other thing.
Though, you know what I mean? They're like,
but that's the thing. There's only a few of them. There's you can't. It's not like a Honda. Like, they'll build more next year. That there's only a certain amount.
Oh, there's a cap.
There's it. That's all that will ever be made.
Plus, you get on the yacht, like you said, all expenses paid. You're gonna meet them.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna meet them on the yacht.
Business deals. I don't know. It's a good investment.
Networking, whatever you want. So click on just click on Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Who's the owner of this? Like,
I don't know. I don't know a ton of these. So 10,000 unique Bored Ape
I've totally
NFTs.
seen these, dude.
Yeah, you see everybody's got them as their profile picture.
Yeah.
Look at that 30. Look at that bid is 79. So like these are also there's 10,000 Bored Ape NFTs. So it's a big community for sure. But listen, there's only 10 will ever be made in the history of the world. And if you didn't buy a Bored Ape, you don't get the Mutant Ape, which is like another exclusive dive-in community.
Wow.
108 ETH. Look at that, bro. 500,000. 500,000, bro.
That's a lot of ETH.
Damn.
This is 110 ETH.
Yeah, dude. So they're just bananas, bro. It's just expensive. But it's a Rolex. There's $500,000 Rolexes, right? What's the difference between a $10,000
going up as you go down? There's way more expensive ones.
So what's the difference between a $500,000 Rolex and a $10,000 Rolex? I don't know, but people will buy it.
Maybe it's more rare. Yeah, for real.
But you know what I'm saying? Like a 120, 123 there. Look at this shit, dude. So anyway, go back up. So I'll show you how to do it now. So you got to do a couple moves, and this is why it's kind of crazy. So you've heard of Coinbase?
Huh? Yeah, I've got
so it. You get your Ethereum on Coinbase. So you got to buy, if you want to mint an NFT.
Ethereum is what you pay with.
Ethereum is what you pay with. So if you want to mint one, you probably want to get like $400 or $500 of Ethereum.
Okay.
Because it's going to cost you money to mint them.
Sure.
Which is like, it's just like anything else, right? Like
makes sense.
they're going to make,
but they don't take anything else. You can't convert it. It has to be Ethereum.
It has to be. Cool. Well, so you can convert it. So like sometimes it's like wrapped Ethereum, but the easy part is if you run into something like that, it'll make it easy for you to convert it. Mm-hmm. But I would start off with like $500 to like launch it. So you gotta do OpenSea. Then you have to have a crypto wallet,
right? Which I've got.
Which one?
The Coinbase. I use Coinbase, and then I've also got Gemini that I use. But
okay, so you need like an actual wallet. So if you go up here to like that, like my profile or whatever. It says like connect wallet. So, okay. So yeah, you can connect your Coinbase wallet. I use MetaMask,
Okay. Yeah.
but whatever. I use like all of my Ethereum
So
and
basically, you
NFTs.
move it from your phone into here. From there, that's
and then you buy it, and then you buy it, and then or you mint it. Like it'll tell you this. And there's gas fees, so you just got to like, which are basically processing fees.
Okay.
And that's why we haven't figured out the processing with blockchain, because it's a little high to process them, and that's why you want like $500 of Ethereum, because it's going to cost you a little gas. But then you can create them, and it's easy. It's like, dude, you just
show me yours. Do you have yours?
Yeah.
Let's see yours.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah. Come over.
If you okay. Okay. So, I'm up here.
Yeah.
So this is my wallet. I'll just go up here and connect it.
Passwords too, man. If it's on blockchain, you don't have to worry about it, right?
Right. I mean, seriously. Right. Oh, I did. Okay, so I don't have a lot of YouTube.
Wow, you're loaded.
Right. But if you go to my profile now, it'll say, connect your wallet. I just think you douche. Okay.
Oh, nice. We got a couple robots. And how much ETH was that?
Okay, so this one was gifted to me by a photographer friend of mine.
Cool.
Shout out RJ. This one I bought from an NFT artist, Bali. Support. Shout out.
Have you been to Bali?
No, but he did. He took a lot of pictures.
Love it.
Sold them on the blockchain. By the way, only 80 pictures from this guy. So
rarity.
Cross your fingers. Show Deer. This guy's from Portland. Homie. Shout out Show Deer. Made a really cool GIF.
Yeah, that's cool.
Eternal Software. Just cool. And then Misfit University, I bought that one. That was my first one. I just wanted to dabble. I just wanted to get my first one and see what happened. But really cool community. Misfit University is really fun. So these are my 4.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't have a lot, but like, but it's also like, supporting friends. So like friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheap first one. But you can get gnarly with them. Oh, I have another NFT. I have Gary V's book games NFT. That's played on Token Trove. There's a lot of places, but I mean, if you want to like start, OpenSea is a great place to start.
Dude, this is blowing my mind. This is a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I just have fun.
This is a cool investment opportunity though. I can't help but think like this is business. So if you don't have a lot of money, well, there's your answer. You asked it earlier, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have a lot, what do you do? Well, you got a couple $100, grab some NFTs. Like,
grab a community.
It's going to be
find a
way
community.
better than your 401k. Like that's not going to do anything for you.
Well, dude, and I was thinking, I told my wife, I was like, we need to, we were talking about like I also go down the rabbit hole on like economics and stuff, and our economy is not looking pretty. And so I was like, we just need to pull all of our stuff out of the thing and buy a Rolex. Like that would save more money than your stock market right now.
I literally pulled out probably half of what I had in my savings, bought gold and silver and ammo.
Yeah.
I have tons of 5.56 and 223. I got my ARs. I got all that, right? But all that stuff, it hasn't shot up a ton that I thought it would just yet, but it will.
It will.
It's a solid,
yeah. I mean, okay, another NFT.
Exactly. Go buy a 4-wheeler. Go buy, another used car, right? Those values are going up. It's crazy the market.
Dude, and I told my wife, I was like, we need to pull out all of it and put it in a Rolex, because at least that'll sell. Like you can sell that.
Uh-huh.
And it literally goes up in value. Like it does not go down. A real Rolex, unless you run it over with a car, but it's probably still more than this one.
My grandpa's had his since 1973 or something.
Dude,
like that.
I mean, that watch is.
But the cool thing is he passed that down, right? So he'll pass to dad. My dad will pass it to me. But that's not losing value. He bought it for whatever back in the 70s, but that's going to still maintain value here.
Yeah. Nowadays. Oh yeah. And wearing it does nothing to it. Almost nothing to the value. Mm-hmm. Like obviously if you have a pristine one that's never been opened, it'll be a little bit more, but like people don't care if it's opened or not. Still 5 figures to get a Rolex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So anyway, this is my little NFT collection. Cool. Then I got a book games one. And I just play, I just play with them.
Have you had an episode on here about NFTs and like blockchain and all that stuff?
I made a YouTube video.
This is really informative. Like, I'm right. Really happy we brought this up.
Yeah, it's great.
I was hesitant.
No, I haven't ever like had an official, but like if you listen to a few episodes where we go down the rabbit hole, you get the gist of it.
Sure.
But anyway, it's just cool. Like, and then creators, like people are mad at I've seen people on my Facebook. They're like, mad at artists for getting in NFTs. I'm like, what are you talking about,
here's
dude?
one for you. What if I wanted to be a creator and I wanted to create my own?
So
Can you do
go
that
to
here too?
Go to profile again. Oh yeah, you can see created up here, but if you go to profile again,
because to me, I feel like that ape club thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like, cool, you guys be your elite, whatever. I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
But I want to create one that's more local and more like, be part of the 801
cancel
club.
that. It's trying to make you do some dumb shit. Anyway, but no, I was going to help a homie of mine start an NFT club for like, okay, so another cool thing. Pickleball. Okay. Let's say you're doing a pickleball tournament and you want to support one of the dudes there or girls there, whoever's playing pickleball,
whatever.
They can sell it. Your tickets to that event can be NFTs and it can have their picture like a sports card. And so if you buy, like you're playing in the thing and I want to come and I'm just going to see you though.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy the ticket with your with your picture on it, your NFT.
And guess who gets paid? I do.
You do.
Yeah.
And there's no middleman.
I love that. That's
boxing.
Great.
That's going to solve boxing promotions.
Well, like that way they're not looking back and going, well, I wonder how many people supported this team or this team. It's like,
it's like, nope.
I bought that NFT. We know exactly how many.
You have to have it too. And
that's cool.
And you can set it up in the technology to where like, if I'm like, oh shoot, I can't go, but I'm gonna sell it to my homie. Like not only did you make 10% off of that, you make 10% off of whatever I sell it to my homie for.
Because I traded it. So Ticketmaster's gone.
Yeah, Ticketmaster's gone.
See,
they're dumb.
Done. Yeah.
It's dumb. And I mean, okay, and so I'm replacing Ticketmasters with NFTs, but screw you, because we're gonna charge less and our creators are gonna get paid more.
Which they should. That's sweet.
Dude,
I like that.
It's
really
a ticket.
Cool. Yeah.
You can make it a ticket. It's a sports card.
And all you need essentially is your phone.
Yep.
And you need
And then you got your wallet.
You need ETH.
Yeah, you got your wallet or whatever. And they can verify it. Everybody can verify this. You can go on and see who bought the NFTs. And then all you go, where's your ticket? There's the NFT.
Tap it. Yeah.
There you go.
You're good to go.
Or whatever. Or you don't even have
paid,
to.
Or however many people get paid immediately. Yeah.
Or what some people do is like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, like nobody knows where that is. You only know where it is if you bought the NFT. Nobody else knows. Like you or I couldn't get that. It's not public and it never will be.
Yeah.
Unless one of their people rats, but if you rat, you get kicked out and they'll take the NFT. You know what I mean? You're like blacklisted.
Yeah. That's so cool.
So you can do a lot with it, dude. So like musicians, like if you're going to go to a concert,
that's what I'm saying. Like, and there's three people. There's an opener, there's the main, and whatever.
So you got three NFTs.
You totally know who's going for.
Yeah, you got 3 or 4 NFTs, right? Sure. You got like a VIP NFT, and then you got some general admission NFTs that are like the things.
And it pays directly to who it should go to.
Yeah,
maybe you can divvy it out. Maybe
yeah. There's stuff you can do, and I'm sure I'm missing some stuff in this step. But the general idea of this is people can take back creative control and
get paid for it. Yeah. That's cool. This knocks out merchants. It knocks out middlemen. It knocks out
all of the scalpers. Yeah, dude.
For everything.
Yeah. Because you could go buy a Bored Ape Yacht Club and people flip them. Sure, you go flip it. Yeah, whatever. But you don't have to. Just go buy it.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, dude.
Do you anticipate flipping, or are you just gonna keep holding?
No, I just hold. Yeah. I just hold. Well, like shout out to all my homies who made these. But like, we didn't buy a Bored Ape Yacht Club. I just love these guys. So bought them. Yeah. Just bought them. And it's great. And you support them. But like, what's the difference between buying a homie's NFT and buying a homie's sweater?
Same thing. Yeah.
This one doesn't shrink when I put it in the washer. You know what I'm saying, dude?
That is, yeah, for real.
But anyway.
That's cool.
It's just like being involved. And so this is how we're going to create communities now. Like there's a restaurant in NYC that you can only visit if you bought the NFT.
See, I love that. It's such a cool, unique, like that's like wearing the shirt, right?
Yeah.
You got the hat, you can get into the club, right? Or whatever.
Or in Vegas they have the cigar clubs. You can only buy if you buy the plaque or if you buy their like mahogany cigar bullshit, right?
Yeah.
That's an NFT. It's like
just a different word.
It's just a different word. Or like, or like when an artist would come out with like an exclusive record, but if you bought the record, you got like the vinyl with it too. Like if you buy a book, you can buy it off Amazon, but if you buy it from the dude himself, he'll autograph it.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So I have a funny passion.
Yeah.
I collect Pokemon cards back from 1996.
Dude, you probably got a lot of money in those Pokemon cards.
I've got a lot. Yeah. And in essence, like, I don't know,
That's
would you
an
say
NFT.
an NFT?
Yeah, absolutely. Baseball cards, trading cards.
Okay, so anything rare essentially that could be traded for value.
That people will pay for. Like, dude, you give you give a whatever
You're trying
card.
not to laugh. I do have
No, I mean, you got like a rare Charizard or something like that, holographic or whatever. Like, if you give that to my daughter, she'll rip it and eat it, right? But if you give it to the right collector, it's a $500,000 card or whatever it is. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying.
Not that much, but yeah.
Sure. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, my daughter would eat it. Somebody will pay $1,000 for it. That's an NFT. Like,
so cool.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
No, I jumped into that because I was like, once again, it was the same thing. It's like gold, silver, Pokemon cards, because Gary Vee posted about it, and I'm like, actually, I got in before he posted, which was awesome. It was like $60 for a Charizard, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, it's nostalgia, right? We're in school when all this stuff was traded, so
we actually played with them.
Yeah, so I bought a bunch of them, and then he posts about it, and all of a sudden I see it shoot up on eBay. I'm like, what is going on? I see him post. I'm like, this is an investment.
Yeah,
they're like $200, $300, $400 each.
Yeah.
So
dude, absolutely. So another great one. So Logan Paul actually did an NFT. Remember that? It was
I thought you were going to talk about his
no.
He wore it into the ring. He had a Pokemon card instead of a chain. Did you see that?
Right. Yes. So he did. That was his whole NFT. Was like, if you bought Logan Paul's NFT, he would fly you out to his house, and you would be front row at him opening up some bullshit Pokemon thing.
The box. Yeah, the unopening.
Yeah, or whatever. Right. But he sold out of them in like an hour and made like over $1 million, bro, in an hour with NFTs. All because he just said, like, if you collect them, if you want to be part of the club, like, this is your shot. You've never been able to be part of the club. Now's your shot. Here you go. Buy the NFT.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a movement.
It's a move. Yeah. And it's access too. Like, Gary Vee has a few different NFTs when he first dropped them, but like, you can't get Gary Vee on your podcast for 3 minutes, dude. Like, he'll just say no. Like, unless you know him, unless you got some kind of in, or unless you buy his podcast, his podcast Panda NFT, then that allows you every year 40 minutes, no questions asked, because you have the NFT.
How much is it?
It's like 40 grand. Yeah, 40K.
So ultimately, it's like he's trying to make a movement around it. He would rather take that than a $40,000 check, because then he gets that following.
He gets the following. He gets the residual. He builds a community around it.
The residual, because if you sell it, then he makes the percentage. Yeah, okay.
That's so definition of passive income, NFTs.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's a real because when you would think of passive, you want like no, I don't want to do anything, and creating the NFT is, I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into the prestige of obviously like a Rolex or an NFT, but once you get past that, that's like every time something sells, he just makes money.
Yeah, this blows my mind, because when I think of passive income, I think of your store on Amazon, right? Like, go launch a product. That's what we do, right? We go launch a product, we get it here for you. You sit back, you make your $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month, whatever. Yeah. This, it's like you can make 10-20% of all this every time it gets traded.
Yeah, and not have to worry about supply chain issues, not have to worry about all that.
And
shit.
It's safe.
Yeah, and it's safe. Yeah, and it's safe, dude. I mean, so there's one rule of thumb in NFTs, and this is how everybody's getting scammed. When you create a wallet like that, you have the seed phrase. So the only thing you got to remember is, like, don't give your seed phrase away, because if you lose MetaMask,
give your seed away.
Right, that's right. If you lose your seed phrase, there's no getting this back. I lose it forever. Like, if I forgot my password to MetaMask,
okay, that makes sense, because I was talking to a guy that says he's got an old computer. Actually, my dad brought it up. Yeah, it's some older guy that has this old computer back in like the 2000s or whenever it was. He's got Bitcoin on it. He forgot the password to his Bitcoin account and to the computer. Yeah, but he's got hundreds of millions of dollars on there in Bitcoin, and he doesn't know how to access it. Can't get. They
won't let you. Yeah, like if you go to my MetaMask thing, there's no forgot password.
Well, that makes sense, because then you can't get hacked. Right?
Yeah, you can't get hacked.
Write it down on a piece of paper. Do not lose that paper.
Don't lose it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't they have like a bunch of things that are like, they give you random words? It's like,
yes.
Yeah. Refrigerator.
Yeah. It's like 30 words. It's like unhackable.
And you have
30 random words.
Yeah. So I had to do that too.
It could be like a 2-letter word or a 10-letter word. And there's 30 of them. Yep. So it's unhackable. But like, there's no forgot password. If you call MetaMask, no one's going to answer. Please, I had a board API in there. They're like, go fuck yourself.
Wow.
They'll be like, nope, you're good. We're cool.
I love this.
Dude, it's crazy. It's cool. So anyway, look, there's my thing. Here to watch history unfold. because it's just cool, man. It's just cool. Yep.
That's freaking dope.
So that's it, dude.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
I had no idea that it was this big.
It's ginormous. It's unreal.
Well, you
dude.
hear about it, and you just kind of laugh. You're like, oh,
yeah, you're like, okay,
Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
But
so
it comes to a point where you got to stop making fun of it and at least just look at it and see. But
because it's too big.
It is big.
It's big.
Yeah.
I don't get into. There's only some coins that I get into. Like I really only mess with Ethereum. Like that's it for the most part.
Because it's got backing and
Yeah, it's
because there's all those
because I can do
like
with
Doge, right? That's like
but I cashed out on Doge.
Did you? Did
Hell
you?
yeah!
You hit it low?
I bought it in 2018 when it was like less than a penny, and when it hit like 71 cents, that's how I got it. That's how I put
$100 into it or something like $200. Yeah, but that.
Dude, I had like hundreds of thousands of Doge.
Yeah,
and so that's actually how I got into Ethereum.
Yeah.
I got into Doge. Okay. Yeah, I just transferred it. IRS can't track that.
Yeah.
Actually, here's what's cool about this.
31 that.
Dude, here's what's cool about this though. Check this out. OpenSea, the IRS has no hold over OpenSea. OpenSea doesn't have to report anything to the IRS.
Because
and neither does Coinbase.
Because
I don't know, but
so
they don't have to report it.
You don't have to worry about it. So if you
I go in there,
you're saying you're good. You're free.
So like Fidelity, Edmund Jones, these guys, or Edward Jones, all these guys, E-Trade, they have to report all of your gains and losses to the IRS, and they'll send you a 1099 or whatever. Not Coinbase or OpenSea, dog.
Really? So if you're making money and big profits on here, you transfer it over to your wallet, you're good. You don't have to do the game of like, I live in Puerto Rico. I lived there for 6 months.
So like, I'm not giving people tax advice because there are some, so they're technically taxed like investments. So long-term and short-term capital gains. But when I went on to Coinbase, I was going to get my thing. I was going to get my 1099 or whatever, my gains and losses thing. It wasn't there. And Coinbase literally said on there, we don't report anything to the IRS. I was like, that's right, baby.
Doge.
Let's go. I was like, screw you. Because IRS is stupid, bro. That's the Gestapo. That's the definition of, some people get mad at me for saying that. But listen, when somebody can come to your money.
Who gets mad at that? Like, they should take your money away.
Well, no, it was why I guess because I used
should be 40%.
Because I used the term Gestapo or whatever. Like, I don't know.
It's offensive.
Sure. But what would you call this? Somebody's walking by and out of the corner of their eye, they see your bank account and they're like, something doesn't feel right. Might be indigestion, or you might be doing something bad. And then they go in there and they freeze everything.
Yeah.
And you call the IRS, why'd you freeze it? They're like, I don't know. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Or they say, sorry, sir, what's your name? Can't talk to you. Click. Like they can literally freeze everything for no reason.
And that's the reason why I love this, because it's not fair. Like, how can we?
And for no reason, like you could have done nothing wrong. They could have just woke up in the morning and said,
it's the same Stripe thing we just talked about. You just made a bunch of sales. Well, we're going to hold that. Just in case, for your benefit.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're not smart enough. Dude, the IRS, like they can come in and do that, right? What do you call that?
Communism?
For no reason, for nothing.
Yeah.
That's not what that is. And I've seen it happen. People are like, oh, that would never happen until it happens to you, dude. Until you post some dumb shit on Facebook and the IRS gets wind of it. And now they froze everything. You can't pay rent and you call up your bank, you call Mountain America.
You still need to pay it.
Yeah. You call Chase. They're like, hey, Chase, I need my money. They're like, hold on, Mr. Jensen, let me check. Oh, the IRS has it. Nothing we can do.
Oh, but by the way, your bill is due for your mortgage next week, and if you don't pay it, you lose your house.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah. Sorry, but there's nothing we can do to help. Oh, and by the way, if you froze your assets and you somehow came up with the money to pay an attorney to fight the IRS, that's now a felony because you didn't disclose all your money to the IRS.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and it was you did? Oh, it was a gift. Kamden lent you $100,000 to fight the IRS.
Who was that again? Kamden.
It's taxable now.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And you didn't disclose all of your money to us. That's a felony, and you owe taxes on it.
Yeah.
What do you call that, dude?
Communism.
Other than like the Gestapo, who could come into your house for any reason, for no reason, destroy it all, not find anything, and then leave, and not say sorry, not give you any kind of compensation. That's what we're dealing with.
And what's the answer? NFTs.
That's it, dude. Yeah, decentralized. Now we don't have to mess with you guys.
It is nice because no one can track it. And you're safe. And now and it's not used for bad. Like, it was started on the Silk Road for bad things.
And you can do bad things with it. But for the most part, it's like we want our freedom back.
People are good people. People don't go out and do bad things. They do bad things because they're trying to make ends meet, I think. But
I think, there's a lot of philosophical reasons behind that. But you're definitely right. I mean, that's the fraud triangle that we learn about in accounting. It's like what makes fraud easy. And the fraud triangle is, gosh, dude, look it up. Pull it up. I can't remember.
Fraud triangle.
So it's called the fraud triangle. So how do you reduce fraud in your company? You take away one of the legs of the table. Oh yeah. Okay. Opportunity, rationalization, pressure. That's the fraud triangle.
And that's so explain it.
So how do you, all of these things have to happen for just like
for fraud to take place.
Yeah. So there's one of the three things. So like a rationalize it. My mortgage is due. I don't have any money in my bank account.
Sure.
There's $100,000 laying right there. My owner won't miss it. Opportunity, rationalization, pressure, we're all there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take away the opportunity to take money, pressure and rationalization can be there. But if there's no access to 100K, they're not going to take it.
Sure.
So companies try to alleviate all three. So it's hard to take money. They try to give you good benefits and they try to care about mental health and culture and shit. So they take it away. So that's the fraud triangle.
And you graduated in accounting.
Yeah. Got my bachelor's in accounting.
Okay.
So this is like internal controls. The one here is the ethical risk. But yeah, so like how do you protect your money? You have good internal controls that alleviates. The biggest one is opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
If there's no opportunity to take money, then you can't do anything.
Right.
Then you can't commit fraud.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Right? Yeah. Well, you know what NFTs also solve? Bernie Madoffs of the world. Listen, bro. You're not doing that. You can't do that.
No.
Everything's out there. I mean, the reason Bernie Madoff was successful was because people were like, I don't want to understand any of this. Here, just do it for me, sir. He was like, oh, bro, you can't believe this. I don't believe it, but I don't care. Right?
Yeah.
Like, was Bernie Madoff lying when he said, like, you won't believe the kind of returns I'll get you? You're like, you're probably right, dog. Here you go. Now we have a Ponzi scheme. Okay.
It speaks volumes here in Utah. There's plenty of that kind of stuff.
But for real, dude, it's like, there was a lot, dude. So anyway, I don't know. That's part of it. But anyway, it's just, that's part of it. It's the NFT community is really going to make some strides and it's babies right now, steps, dude. Yeah. Babies right now. What this is going to look like in a year, we're going to look back in a year and be like, what the hell were we doing?
Well, and that's what I'm saying is like Bitcoin was in 2008 and now you look at it. If someone would have told you, hey, 2022, first of all, we're going to have this pandemic thing going on, but in 20 years from now or 10 years from now, you're going to have Bitcoin. Each one's worth $60,000. You know how many people would be like, whatever. Yeah. Right. NFTs are going to do the same thing. So that
brings up an interesting point that I always like to say. People are like, oh, I wish I would have gone back in Microsoft and invested in Microsoft. Right. No, you wouldn't have. No, probably not. Everybody in 1994 was against the internet. And then in 2000, we were more against the internet.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like grandma didn't want to put a debit card, didn't want to buy something on the internet.
Cash. Yeah. It was checks, actually.
Yeah, checks. Right, checks. The hell of checks, bro. What the? That's crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Like people, I would have done it. Are you sure? Are you sure? Because only 13 people did.
13.
Right. That was Bill Gates's thing. He was like, I pitched it to 1,200 people. Like 800 people said yes. And then, Google that.
Because we can trust Google.
Yeah, sure. Investors in Microsoft. Or Amazon. Put Amazon, because Amazon was...
Well, Amazon was selling books.
Yeah. Well, on the internet. 22. Yeah. So 22 investors. So he pitched like Jeff Bezos was like, I pitched 1,200, like 800 took the meeting. Only 600 showed up. And then he just went down and he's like, and then 23 actually gave me money to start this idea. And these were like Wall Street people.
Yeah.
Wall Street. These are like gurus.
So you're comparing this to what's going on right now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying that if you're looking at 20, the first approximate 20 investors in Amazon, $50,000 each. First of all, I don't know about. I was in 1997 I was 3. I was born in 1994, so I wouldn't have You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Right.
who
You're
had
not even
50
thinking
G's
about
to
it,
put
right.
into,
Well, even back then though,
50 G's was a
back in the 90s,
lot,
that's
dude. That's
right?
a lot of money. And,
Mhm.
and you're going to put that in something that in 2000 is going to crash completely.
True.
The dot-com bubble, right?
Mhm.
We're going to have one of the biggest recessions in the history of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
You're crazy, bro. Not that anybody was foreseeing that, but like,
It's a big jump.
knowing
risk.
what I know now, I doubt it. So I'm in NFTs just because I'm like, look, dude, it's not about the art, it's about the technology.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hardcore on the technology. I'm hardcore because when we get blockchain voting, all these politicians are done.
Yeah, finally. Right? Get the
They're done. You're
out
of here, bro.
Get them
Yeah.
out of there. Get the people in that actually care and actually want to help.
Yeah,
right?
we're,
with less power.
you and I can go to jail for investor trading, insider trading.
But
Nancy Pelosi is called a good business deal. Get out of here, bro.
Right.
Get out of here.
I totally agree.
Tesla, you grant your husband conveniently buys Tesla stock week before you give him the EV thing. Dude,
yeah,
he got really lucky.
Yeah,
you timed it. I'm sure he did,
weird.
buddy.
He never loses.
Yeah, I'm sure he did, buddy. I'm sure he did. And then that TikToker who made a lot of money mimicking, because then they made a rule that the senators, like government officials, had to release their trades.
Make it public.
Yeah, make them public. And that TikToker who just followed Nancy Pelosi's things every 30 days and made a bunch of money.
Yeah. I totally heard about that.
He was like, I'm just going to do what Nancy Pelosi does. And he made a killing.
And that's public too.
Yeah.
And then to this day.
Yeah. And I don't know what happened.
But she's just changing it up. And she's like, okay, I'll have my son do it then, or whatever, right?
Or whatever.
She can hide it better. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, but that's crazy, dude. Like Martha Stewart went to jail for insider trading. And Nancy Pelosi
wasn't
still
at that level.
Right. And Nancy Pelosi's still the Speaker of the House. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. That's
legit, Dalton.
Yeah. Right.
No, these guys are honest.
Right. It's so crazy, dude. I'm like, you're dumb, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But my theory is if you know how to play the game.
Yeah.
Play the game.
Play the game.
You know you're in a game.
That's
so just figure out the rules.
That's right.
It's the same thing. It's like the NFTs, it's the business, is whatever you want to talk about. You're here, play the game. But
for better or for worse, we're in capitalism.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool, bro.
You got your slave number, you get it when you're born. It's called a social security number.
It's called a social security
But just
number.
know that you're in a game and just know how to play it.
Yeah, exactly, dude. All right, bro. Well, tell everybody where they can find you. We had a great conversation.
It was fun.
Yeah, I won't keep you forever, but
I gotta pee, honestly. I've been drinking my kava.
Yeah,
I love kava.
Oh, kava's great, dude. Yeah.
New Dawn e-commerce. It's not NEW, it's NU. So like new skin, right? NUDAWN e-commerce. newdawneCommerce.com.
All right, bro.
And that's where we do work.
All right, bro. Well, thank you so much for coming, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Dude,
hit it. How long did we go for, man?
That was fun.
An hour 46.
Oh, that's great.